Hey guys, Andrew, welcome back to the channel. Hey, have you guys ever gotten up and thought about the steps that it takes to get dressed in the morning? Um, just really random thought, but stay with me here. So, for a person with a disability, particularly a physical disability or a mobility aid user or someone with a visual impairment, this can actually be something really hard to do. So, let's jump into it. So, guys, there's something called sequencing. So sequencing is remembering the steps of being able to do something and put something on. So I'll use a example of making a cup of coffee. So you need to boil the kettle, get the instant coffee out, pour the milk or tea sugar in, and then pour the boiling water. They are the steps you need to remember. If you're using a coffee pot, making sure there's water, putting the coffee pot in, pressing it down, pressing the button, needing to remember those. But what happens if you have gaps in your memory in dressing? Or what other things do you need to consider with dressing? So, if you present as female, you need a bra, you need underpants. What type of shoes are you wearing with that outfit? Do you need shoes at all? What type of pants or bottom are you wearing? Are you wearing pants, jeans, skirts, leggings, tracksuit pants? What are you wearing on the top? Do you wear a singlet or a chemise so things don't show through? Then, what type of top are you wearing? Do the colours clash? Do you want the colours and the patterns to clash? Some people dopamine dress and do that deliberately. Some people prefer jeans and a band t shirt. Some people it'll be a matching tracksuit. Some people it'll be yoga pants. And so you see where I'm getting here? That if you forget a step, do you have someone to help you? Do you have someone to go, are you going to be cold? Do you need a jacket? Do you have someone who's able to go, overdressed or even underdressed or not appropriate for the occasion? So, guys, this is going to be grooming with a disability and tips and tricks. And the first one is know your clothing budget, because sometimes shopping in your wardrobe and knowing what's in your wardrobe is the first step. And I'm not talking about big declutters every month, but just knowing what you can mix and match, knowing that, hey, if you wear the same outfit, people really aren't going to notice. You can change it up with accessories, things like that. Also, don't discount fast fashion. I know we're all moving away from that and moving to more sustainability, things like that, but don't discount fast fashion, especially if you're on a budget, government income, the pension. Don't discount fast fashion as well. Then your second one, op shops. Op shops can be a really great alternative as well. Can sometimes, if they're in an older building, can be a bit hard to navigate with a wheelchair or mobility aid. I know some have also gone online as well. And I discovered one of my local op shops has an influencer section, so I will be back to film in there as well. So cool that they're moving towards that as well. And sometimes you can find brand new at the op shops as well. And in Australia, op shops have got very high requirements as well. So we don't need to have the gloves for bin diving or stuff like that as well. And I know one of my local op shops, Tony's community op shop, all of the funds go back into feeding those who are experiencing food security and homelessness as well. And they also do like a community pantry of your staples, so long life milk, cereals, biscuits, tinned fruit, things that just make someone's life easier if they're struggling. There's at least something to eat there. Then that's the next one, eating. So, are you going to go somewhere where you might get sauces down a white shirt? That white shirt might not be appropriate as well. So, that's another thing that you've got to consider when dressing. How do you eat and drink? Are you peg fed? Do you needs help with buttons and zips. So if you're going somewhere where don't have a support worker, buttons, zips, Velcro, and if you get hot or cold, can you take a jacket off by yourself? All things that you need to consider with dressing with a disability as well. And guys, I know this one seems back to basics, but it was inspired by me doing a blog post of the difference between activities of daily living versus life skills. And I've realised some people with a disability are never taught how to dress for their style, how to dress for their body shape. And look, my style at the moment is what fits, and a lot of us do that. And that's perfectly okay. But there's some really great YouTubers who have disabilities who can teach you tips and tricks. Jessica Kelgard Frozard if you're into vintage. Molly Burke if you're into fashion and fashion styles. I know Footless Joe has tips and tricks if you're an amputee. I know Wheels No Heels, Gemma Hubbard, has got some great ones on dressing for a mobility aid, so skirts, dresses, don't get caught in the wheelchair as well. And so, all great people that you can relate to, watch, seek out as well. And so, guys, this one I know is a very, very back to basics, but as we move into the new year, I am going to be going very much back to my roots of disability wording, disability explanations, and explaining the NDIS as well. So, guys, if you can like, share, and subscribe, that really does help the channel to be seen as well. So, and guys, Debbie Lund will be much more free in the new year, so we're going to have her on as a recurring guest as well. Hoping to get her back over the Christmas holidays to get her back on the podcast as well. And guys, now also over on TikTok, so you can find me on Blogger as Annie in Wonderland, How to Experience the NDIS. Obviously here on YouTube, I have the Facebook page, which is Little Annie. I haven't updated the Instagram for a while. I know I need to. And guys, I now have the podcast, which is Enabling Lives Conversations Around the NDIS. Also, guys, I do have the Patreon. So, guys, for the end of the year, for all levels, I am going to put my outtakes, my rants as well. I'm putting together a massive montage of those as I go through my computer because I'm looking at upgrading some of my electronics. So, guys, drop it in the comments below your tips and tricks for dressing with a disability, even grooming with a disability, because that's a whole other video and a topic. But grooming with a disability, especially a physical disability, can be quite challenging as well. So, guys, if you celebrate as we come up to it, please have a very happy Christmas and a safe new year. For those who are moving on from primary school, elementary school, and graduating high schools, including the special schools, congratulations on your achievements, guys, and congratulations to your families, because education is a family affair. I'll see you guys in the next video.